So I just got off the boat here at Narmak, and I want to talk about Morrowind's game map. Oh, look at that. You'll notice quickly that I'm very modded, but I think everything I'm about to say still stands for the vanilla game. Maybe just a little less strongly, because it's old. Thank God the rain is clearing up. When people talk about Morrowind's map, and like why it feels so big and fun to explore, it boils down to, I would say, 2 points mainly, which is the render distance being so low that you just don't see that far. So every time you turn a corner, it's like you can just walk down the road. It's like, oh, a thing that I couldn't see before. I found it. So fun. You know, you don't get to see the full scope of the island, and you discover things like right as they come at you. So there's something there. And the other thing is the speed at which you move is typically quite slow until you get further into the game, or, you know, go do Pamini's quest, or just kill her and get the Boots of Blinding Speed. Which way do I want to go? Let's go to... let's go this way. Why not? The West Gash is good for illustrating some of the things I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But I think those two arguments are, like, I say arguments, points. Right, I think that the 2 points of render distance and slow player movement are overemphasized when talking about the size of the map. The map of Vvardenfell in Morrowind is fairly cleverly designed around those two limitations. If you've ever been interested in open world design, you might have seen the Breath of the Wild design documents where they're talking, like, they have pictures and diagrams of the way they wanted to design the map, where they have hills, and they show, they demonstrate that there's supposed to be things behind them that is revealed when you turn corners, and that kind of stuff. Things about sightlines and controlling what the player can see at any moment to reveal new things and get them distracted from what they're doing. And I think Morrowind even, you know what, just for the to illustrate, let's move the render distance down to vanilla max. But it's very much designed like that, to sort of, you turn a corner, you see a thing, or just go down a path and there's a divergence and you're like, oh, where does this go? And I think it can be emphasized by just the phrase, what's over the next hill, that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And Morrowind has a lot of that. Hold on, we gotta get him. He's gonna come for us. Yeah, I think Morrowind has a lot of that sort of what's over the hill kind of thing, and it's very frequent just because of how the map is designed. You can even see it on the map, Morrowind is designed almost like a series of, you can almost, like a series of corridors, right? With the roads being the paths, like the corridors themselves. A lot of the times you're hemmed in on both sides by hills. So it's focusing your, is he gone? Oh, he just gave up. We'll take a little nap. Oh, it's super dark. Okay, I just decided to wait until it was daytime again. But yeah, the map is designed like a series of corridors. You're hemmed in on all sides by the hills. He's back. It's okay, we're ready this time. We'll get him. And it focuses your vision just sort of on where you're going next. And you just don't see that far ahead of you, even disregarding the render distance. And you're just not seeing a lot of the world around you. You're not discovering a lot of it. I want to show you something. This is a character that I played for over 100 hours. I think it was 113, to be exact. And let's bring this up. Look at how much of the map I still haven't actually been to. Now, a lot of this playthrough happened down here. So, in theory, if I spent 100 hours only on Vvardenfell, there would definitely be more seen here, right? And some of this might be a little messed up because new mods, they're incompatible. I've been to Vivek, I promise. You end up not seeing a lot of the map. One, because you're always going down these roads, and the roads are generally where the content is. Like, that's where the dungeons and stuff are. But you don't see a lot because you end up fast traveling a lot. People always talk about, you know, no fast travel, boohoo, whatever. Obviously, it's diegetic. You go to, like, places that take you places. But even then, you still don't see a lot of the map. You're going between the same settlements over and over and over again. And you're like, oh, I have a quest to go here. Let me teleport to Caldera and go from there. You're not, like, making a full trip and seeing more than you normally would. Usually people are using the fast travel to its fullest extent. So yeah, like, the render distance, you don't see a lot of the map just because that's how it is, but you also don't see a lot of the map because it's designed for you to not see all of it. The only time you might break the trend of going down the roads is, you know, when you have, like, a constant levitation spell or, like, a big jumping spell. My mage character, her primary form of travel was jumping over the entire island. This is gonna run a lot worse, but I've cranked the render distance up even more so you can look. Just get a look. But when you're down here like this, again, let's go to a more vanilla looking spot really fast. Ignore my little bit of cheating here. Okay, so here we are in Pelagiad, however you say it. I've heard some people say Pelagaiad, which is a little too much for me. But again, even out here, render distance cranked all the way up, relatively low area, your vision's being blocked by the hills, the sightlines. And when there's not hills around you, like if you're over here, or even down here near Seyda-Neen, you're being hemmed in by the, like, swamp pools and the trees and everything. You've just got these massive walls that block anything behind them. Because this game has no, like, real elevation changes, like, even base vanilla Red Mountain isn't that tall. But when you've got your render distance turned up like this, you still have these giant walls that block off major areas and sections. Like here, this is Foyata Mamiya? Yeah, that's what it is. And it's just blocking the shit out of everything else. Let's get up here and just take a look. Again, you can see way over there. Your vision is being blocked from seeing the rest of what's there into the Ashlands. Yeah, and the movement speed, it definitely, like, helps it, I guess. Like, the fact that it takes you a while does make the map feel larger. But it's definitely a smaller factor, in my opinion. I'm gonna turn the distance back down because it makes my game run worse. But yeah, I like to play on a render distance of about 2 to 4, usually just 3. Because I think it helps maintain the vanilla feel. You can just see a little further. You can see over the next hill that's over the next hill instead of just one, you know what I mean? But like I was showing, even when you have your render distance turned up super high, you still get that effect. I feel like I remember reading somewhere that the Gamebryo engine was originally meant for MMOs, and I can almost see it in the design of Morrowind with the such clear cut-off zones and, like, the borders between them. In conclusion, what I'm saying is that the two main points that people point to for why the map of Morrowind feels so big and mysterious, the low render distance and the slow movement speed, are not as big of factors as a lot of people think or, you know, say. they're like the easiest ones to choose, and they leave it at that a lot of the time. They just help to emphasize and potentially enhance the actually clever design of the game world. At least I think it's clever. IMO. And admittedly, that was probably designed that way because of the limitations of the engine, but they go hand in hand, you know what I mean? It's more complicated. I just feel like ignoring that takes away from the accomplishment that is Vvardenfell and the effort of the game designers to make it work. Anyways, that's all for the video. If you stuck around, thanks. It's very stream of consciousness. I'll probably do more like it. Just little rambles, musings, rants, that kind of thing. I want to do one on why they're writing in the main story. It's so hard, even though I think it's... When you look at the quests themselves, they're nothing really special or complicated. But I'll talk more about that when I talk more about that. Look forward to it, if you want. Not your mom, I can't make you do anything. Yeah. Thanks.